All right, I'm back. I had bad Wi-Fi signal when I was walking, so I am gonna pick up where I started talking about the current state of tattooing. I'm here to have a serious conversation with y'all. This is not meant to be entertaining. This is meant to be honest and provide some helpful guidance for everyone that feels a little bit lost right now. I talk to hundreds of tattooers all over the world in the Instagram, on DMs and comments, live on Zoom, literally every month, probably over 100 tattooers between me and the other coaches that I work with. We speak to a lot. And so we have a unique perspective on what's been going on. I saw what's happening now start in 2024, and a lot of the tattooers I speak to say that over the past 2 years, year and a half, year, they've taken roughly a 50% pay cut, which if you were making, let's say, $4,000 a month, $8,000 a month, you're now making $2,000, $4,000. So that's like a $20,000, $30,000, sometimes $50,000 pay cut that I've seen tattooers taking. And I've seen a lot of people quitting tattooing every week. I've never seen that before. I started working in tattoo shops when I was 19 years old. I'm 39 years old. I've been in tattooing for 20 years. I've never seen people quitting in droves the way that they are. And it's scary for a lot of people. I saw a guy today, and I've seen a lot of people posting that they're lowering prices. And this guy was lowering his day rate by $600 a day. And I was like, whoa, that's a heavy discount. Let me see what this guy's work is. I went to his page. His work was phenomenal. Like, it was top tier, amazing work. And I thought to myself, I didn't see the one thing that you would see, the thing that gets people engagement, that gets people views, that grows a person's page. If you scroll through Instagram and you see a suggested post, that means Instagram thinks that you might be interested in whatever this post is. 9 times out of 10, a suggested post on your feed is going to be one of two things. Okay, it's going to either be someone talking to the camera like this, or some version of this. Maybe there's a video with words on it, or a picture with words on it. So it's either talking or a picture or video with words on it. That's what this platform is ultimately for. It's for communication. If you look back, and now this platform is not just for marketing, but social media is the most powerful marketing tool on the planet. If you want to get seen and found by hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or millions of people, I get 3.2 million views every single month. Every 30 days, 3.2 million people see my content. If you want to get found, there's no other place to get found. You're not going to find that many views locally, right? If you go back to the history of what marketing is, what marketing always was, what marketing is now, and what marketing always will be for the rest of history. Radio, okay? Radio, it was communication. TV, people were communicating. And then it was email marketing was the big thing in the 90s. It was all words, communication, and then websites and SEO, right? Search engine optimization is keywords that people are already searching for that makes your content, your website pop up. So all communication, all marketing is communication. And I went to this guy's page and I didn't see any communication. I just saw tattoos, and really cool tattoos and videos of tattoos, but I didn't see him actually saying anything to anyone. And so I want you to look at your own page and ask yourself, am I communicating with people? Think of your Instagram page, your profile, as your storefront, all right? And someone is walking by your storefront and they don't walk in, right? That's someone that sees your profile, but they don't follow. They're like, not interested, maybe not right now, whatever. And then there's someone that walks by and they're like, I'm kind of interested in what this place is about. Let me go see what this is about. And they walk into your tattoo shop and you're in the back drawing flash, and you look up and then you just put your head down and you just keep drawing. Or you show them your portfolio, you're like, tattoo. And you don't say anything else. What's the chances of that person getting a tattoo from you? It's pretty low. And that's what's happening right now on social media is you're just tattoo, haha, and you're not saying anything else to people, and that's why they're not following, and that's why they're not finding you, your content isn't showing up as a suggested post. And then if they do follow you, you're not coming up repeatedly in their feed. How often do you see my content? If you're watching this right now, you probably see my content fairly often. There was probably a notification in your notification say, hey, Ryan's going live right now. That's a way to get seen and found and heard by people. So you don't have to go live, but this platform is about communication. And everyone says, oh, the algorithm hates me. It doesn't want artists to grow. It just wants me to pay for reach. That's not true. That you can do that. You can pay for reach, but that's not the only way to do it. This platform is about communication. And if you're not communicating anything, then people are going to keep scrolling. You're not giving them a reason to hang out, to learn, to feel entertained, to feel educated, to feel informed, to feel connected. That's ultimately what people want. At the end of the day, they want to feel connected in some way to the artist before they get tattooed by them. That would normally happen in a walk-in shop environment. They would come into the shop and they would feel, someone says, whenever I go live, I get very little. I got 25 people here, right? I got 46,000 followers and I have 23 people here, and that's okay. Imagine if I was in a room talking to 23 people. That's a lot of people. If it was, so if you look at your content and you're like, oh, I only got 80 views on this. That's 80 people that had the opportunity to see what you're doing. And so the goal is not to go viral, okay? I rarely ever go viral. I actually took a course with a very famous social media coaching program. I've taken a lot of coaches and courses to help me build my business with social media. And it was all about going viral. And I fucking hated it. Like some of it was kind of cool and I did learn some stuff. Tone of voice is a big one. I'm just checking out. I remember when people came to an artist for their work and not for performance on social media. All right, well, let's look at that, Anthony. I appreciate you bringing that up. It's not that people come to you as a tattoo artist for performance. It's that people feel connected to you and your tattoos. And in an industry, in a saturated market where there's so many tattooers, good tattooers to pick from, take two portfolios, identically really good. And then say you have one tattoo artist that's making content, that's actually talking and saying, hey, this is why I love tattooing. This is the type of work that I love to do. I'm inspired by XYZ. Then if someone's watching that, they're like, oh, I also really love medieval engraving, esoteric imagery or whatever it is that you're talking about. And then someone else that does the same style of work, but they're not talking about it. They're not connecting. It's not about doing a fucking song and dance. That's not what this is. Get that whole idea out of your head. It's not necessary. It's about communication and building connection. So you have to think from the client's perspective, not from the tattoo artist's perspective, but from the client, that they don't know a lot about tattooing. People feel very intimidated by tattoo artists. I don't know where people get this idea in their head that we're like cool or something, that we should be revered as some status. No, we're just fucking normal, boring ass, lame, nerdy fucking weirdos. Like that's what tattoo artists are. I'm not saying that in any disrespectful way, but people hold us up on this pedestal. And so when you come onto a platform and you just say, hey, my name is Ryan. This is what I'm about. I really love doing this kind of stuff. And when I'm not tattooing, I really like meditation and, drawing weird shit that no one's ever going to get tattooed, but that's what I love. I go on hikes and you just taught people that goes a long way. You might underestimate how. I had one client that was, he was into surfing and he never posted anything about surfing, and he started posting content about surfing. Immediately, people felt way more connected to him than other tattooers in the area, and he was getting busier and he was talking about it and communicating with people. You don't have to do a song and dance. We all as artists have to evolve with the times and step out of your comfort zone. Yeah, like no growth happens staying inside your comfort zone. Think about this. When I first started making content in 2020, before that, I was just posting pictures of tattoos. And I was tattooing full-time through 2020, 2021, and then I went down to part-time in 2022, and towards the end of 2022, I think October, is when I stopped taking tattoo appointments. But I was making content throughout that whole time. What was I talking about? I was talking about finances. I was talking about business because that was what was exciting me. And I was getting tattoo clients that were like DMing me. They're like, yo, I love that you're talking about this stuff. I'm really into this stuff too. Like, I would love to get a tattoo. I would get these like finance bros that like wanted to get tattooed by me. And I'm like, all right, cool. And like, someone I would normally never really want to connect with because I don't love that whole scene. But I'm also into spirituality. I would talk about that. I would talk about energy and manifestation. And I was getting people that were connecting with me on a deeper level, and then they're connecting with my art on a deeper level. So no one just buys the art. Okay, that's not true. Some people, there's a small percentage of the tattoo collector people that just buy the art, but more people are really going to buy the art and the artist. Think about it in just a general art scene, right? Sometimes you put a painting on a wall, or someone puts a drawing on a wall, and you look at it and you're like, who the fuck would buy that? And then you look at the price tag, it's like $30,000. They're not just buying the art. They're buying the artist, the story behind it, the connection, the emotional connection, because buying a tattoo or buying art is not a practical, logical purchase. It's not the same part of your brain that buys a zucchini at the grocery store. Is not the same part of your brain that buys a work of art or buys a tattoo. It's an emotional side of you that buys artwork. And that's how you sell tattooing. It's not about being salesy or pushy. It's about cultivating the emotional connection between you, your art, and your client. And that's what social media is meant to be used as. And I see so many people have this perspective that it's just about doing some song and dance. And sure, you know what? Why not? Like, why not have fun on this platform? Tattooers are some of the most entertaining fucking weirdos I've ever met in my life. Why not use this medium? It really is an artistic medium of content. Use it to have some fun and express your weird, authentic self and just get outside your comfort zone. But just like, here's a tattoo and here's a tattoo and I'm going to show my face for 3 seconds and then here's a tattoo. That's not building authentic connection with anyone. And when I see people lowering their prices or quitting tattooing, and then I go and I look at their page and I see that they haven't even tried to build any emotional connection with people, I'm like, God, like, I've been preaching this shit for free on YouTube, on Instagram. I've been giving out free game for years on exactly what to do. And it's like, why? Why haven't you done it? Sometimes they follow me and I'm like, you follow me, you see my content. I'm literally telling you exactly what it is. Get on Instagram today. You know what? I dare you. I dare you to go live and just fucking talk. Just talk about, you know what? Get in your kitchen, set up a tripod and fucking cook some eggs and just talk. Just break the ice. Get comfortable getting in front of the camera, because I was not comfortable in front of the camera when I started 5 years ago. I'm almost at 100 episodes. I'm at 89 or something episodes of my podcast. I've made hundreds of reels at this point. I was not comfortable with it in the beginning. I felt awkward. I felt weird. And I'm not thinking about what I'm going to say right now. I'm not trying to craft some perfectly, and I'm also not attached to, like, I see the number, there's like 27 people here. Cool. Thank you. Like, really, I genuinely appreciate each and every person that is willing to take even a minute out of your day to listen to anything that I have to say. I'm grateful for it. I'm also not attached to the outcome. So back to the topic of virality, I rarely ever go viral. And it's not because I don't make good content. It's because I make content that I'm speaking to a very specific person. I'm not even speaking to all tattooers, because a lot of tattooers hate my content. I'm speaking to the type of tattooer that sees what's going on around them and they're sick and tired of the status quo. They're sick and tired of seeing people stuck in their own victim mentality mindset around what's not possible. I was talking to this tattooer the other day in the DMs, and he was another really talented tattooer. And I said, dude, like, I'm doing a workshop. It's $48, and I'm going to show you everything you need to do to book a tattoo. If you can't book a tattoo doing what I say, I'll actually give you twice your money back. I'm doing a workshop on December 1st. If you want to come, please, like, this will seriously help you out. And he's like, I don't even have money for groceries right now. And I was like, damn, dude, it's like that. Listen, I will let you come for free. I don't want people to struggle. It sounds like you need the 48 bucks more than I do, right? And I was like, I'll give you a link to come for free. He's like, yeah, well, I don't really think that, I was like, look, there's all these other tattooers that are booking tattoos. I showed him examples. He's like, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's really working. I'm looking at their page and they're not, tens of thousands of followers. I'm like, yeah, because you don't need tens of thousands of followers to book tattoos. I'm literally showing him proof and I'm talking to him. I'm taking time. And he won't believe that it's possible for him to book more tattoos. And if you don't believe that it's possible for you to do something different, if you think I've done everything that I can possibly do, I've posted every tattoo that I possibly can, and there's nothing else that I can do to attract more clients, I can't help you. I don't think anything can help you. You need some other, I don't think God can help you at that point. Like, you need to believe in yourself first, and then you need to take the action without attachment to the outcome. I came on here live just to share, just to talk. I don't care how many people show up. It could be one fucking person shows up and I'll still be here talking, sharing what I'm passionate about and what I believe in. I want to check out some of the comments here. There's a lot of people that are in their own worst enemy out there at the moment. And I hope that I hope they hear these words. Yeah, I hope so too. I don't say any of this to judge on it. I get it. Like, people are hurting. Like, people are really hurting and scared right now. And you know what? I'm scared right now. I'm not going to pretend to not be a little bit afraid because I work with all these tattooers, and there's a lot of tattooers that could work with us, but right now they can't afford it or whatever it is. I'm literally offering it for like 48 bucks. I'm offering it for free for some people because I just want to see them live. And our business is impacted by it, right? And I'm not asking for any sympathy on that. And sometimes I get scared. You know what? I show up scared. I show up scared. I don't deny the fact that I'm afraid. I acknowledge it. And I'm like, yeah, I've never seen this many tattoo artists quitting tattooing right now. I've never seen the state of the industry like it is right now. Things are changing, and you know what? I change with it. I adapt with it. I evolve, and I do it scared. If y'all think that like Ryan Roy is like this perfectly confident and wildly successful person, I feel successful at times, but also I feel like a total fucking scared failure sometimes. And you know what? I do it anyway. I can't allow that fear to dictate my actions. And it's the fear that is, I was listening to this podcast last night with this guy, Peter Crone, really great mindset, call him a guru, whatever you want, but he's really brilliant. And he was saying fear is the torch that lights, it's the lantern that lights the way. And he's so fucking right about that. Because whatever you're not doing in your business right now, whatever time you're not investing in the act of attracting clients, you want to ask yourself, why? If I'm not tattooing, why am I not spending that time attracting clients? And what am I afraid of? If I were to show up online, maybe you mess it up. I mess up shit all the time. I probably got fucking boogers in my nose and shit going on here. This is a place for honesty and connection. That's what it is. It's not for fake TikTok dances. Talk to your audience. A great place and this is actually a client of mine did this recently and he booked a bunch of tattoos from it. So I'm going to spit some free game right here. He posted a poll on Instagram and he said, what's stopping you from getting tattooed? What's stopping you from getting tattooed? And then he listed money, time, I don't know what I want, and I think there was something else, maybe something like that, 3 or 4 things. And then he had a lot of people voting on this poll. And he then reached out, because you can see everyone that votes on your poll. He reached out to everyone that voted on his poll, and he's like, hey, I saw that, you can't afford to get tattooed right now. I just want to let you know, I'm happy to work within your budget. If there's something you wanted to get done and you let me know, we can work within your budget. I love that strategy way more than I love the, hey, I'm going to lower my prices for the next month or forever, because then you make your other clients feel weird that did pay more. And then what do you do at the end of that month that you've lowered your prices? You haven't actually spent or invested any time, energy, or money in attracting clients. And so then you just raise your prices back up, but you haven't solved the actual problem. The problem is we're not visible enough. We're not getting, if everyone in your town, in your location saw you and knew about you and saw you on a regular basis, would you book more tattoos? If they just knew about you and they were reminded of your existence on a more regular basis, do you think you'd book more tattoos? Probably. That's why a tattoo shop on a busy corner does more tattoos, because more people are walking by, more people are reminded of that shop. It's in their consciousness. They're aware of it. That's what social media is. And now you know what? You show up to the shop even when no one fucking comes in. I've sat at walk-in shops for days on end where no one it was the middle of fucking winter. It's snowing. It's nasty outside and no one's fucking coming in. I've had shop owners demand that we show up on New Year's Day. And like, no one's getting tattooed on New Year's Day, and that's what the shop, and you show up to the shop when no one fucking shows up, and you're there anyway, you have to treat Instagram the same way. You have to show up even when no one else is watching, because the more consistently you show up, the more opportunities. It's like casting your fishing pole. The more opportunities you have to catch a fish, to be seen, to connect with people. And then there's a compounding effect. So people think that, oh, well, I spent 2 hours on this reel and it was a waste of time. No, there is a compounding effect to content. I've been making content for years. How many times have you seen my posts? There are people that are signed up for the workshop that I'm leading on December 1st that have seen my ads and my content about it multiple times, 4, 5, 6, 8, 12 times, and then they signed up for it. That's how marketing works. You can't expect to do one thing and then no one saw it, no one booked a tattoo, so I guess I'm never gonna fucking do it again. That's not how fucking marketing works. Good luck. If that's your mindset around marketing, you're never gonna succeed. You might as well just quit tattooing right now. It's going to take showing up. One of my favorite people in the world, actors and just human beings, is Will Smith. I'm a huge Will Smith fan. And he had this interview, and he was talking to this guy, and he's like, look, if you and me get on a treadmill, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to get off that treadmill before me, or I'm going to die on that treadmill. I fucking love that mentality. That's how I treat social media. I will fucking create content. I will talk to people. I will connect with people even when no one's working. One of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to unfollow me, or you're going to get some help for free and actually book some tattoos and shoot me a DM and say thank you, or you're going to fucking work with me. So one of three things, right? Not everyone that follows me works with me, and that's fine. I don't do this just because I need to make money. I'm not doing this right now to fucking make money. I'm doing this to connect and share a perspective that I think the tattoo industry needs, because the current state of the tattoo industry is missing this conversation right here that's happening right here is what's missing. Is that agency, that ownership, because no one's going to fucking come and save you. No one's going to swoop in with a silver platter and say, oh, you're having a hard time marketing your business? Well, here's some clients. No one's going to fucking do that. It's business. If you want security, if you want stability, go get a fucking job. Go get a W-2 job. But that's not, if you're a tattoo artist, you're an entrepreneur. You are a business. And I see these tattooers say, oh, you don't know how much unpaid work we do. Yeah, I do. Like, that's what it is to be an entrepreneur. You do a lot of shit. I'm not getting paid to be here and talk to you right now, and I'm doing it anyway. There's a lot of unpaid work. If you want to get paid for every minute that you're on the clock, go get a W-2 job. If you want to be an entrepreneur and run a business that thrives and is successful in a saturated market in 2026 and beyond, then show up whether you get paid or not. Create whether you get paid or not. Connect whether you get paid or not, and bring value to people whether you get paid or not. And that's the opportunity that you have with your content. It is an artistic expression, and I promise once you break the ice and you get over that fear and insecurity, it starts to be fun. And I know this for a fact because I've helped 20 plus year tattooers that didn't even want to take a selfie. They felt about taking a selfie. They are now enjoying and making content right now. Go check out Chris Cockadoodle. Chris is one of the sickest fucking traditional Japanese tattoo artists and machine builders. He was afraid to make a fucking selfie, and now that dude, he makes content all the time, and it's great stuff, and he's educating, he's informing, he's talking about history, he's sharing his views, his perspectives, his process, and he's staying busy because of it. And so that's the purpose of this platform. It's not to do a song and dance or anything like that. I appreciate you too, Flower Bomb. Really, really appreciate it. And let me see. I think the judgment, as well as holding a lot of us artists in front of the camera. Okay, that's a great one, right? So let's say this. Morsi Goba. I can't even read your name. That's another thing. Yo, guys, make your Instagram names easy. And now that might be your actual name, but like the whole thing there. Make your Instagram names real easy to remember and easy to say and repeat, but no shade. Let's say you never have to worry about being judged by anyone, okay? And that's I'll guarantee you that you don't ever have to put yourself in a position where you might be judged by another tattoo artist. And all you have to do is pay me $2,000 a month. Deal? Will you shake my hand? Fuck no, you should never fucking take that deal. It's a horrible fucking deal, except tattooers are taking that deal every fucking day, that you don't put yourself out there and risk being judged and seen and perceived by someone else. And I talked about this on a post a little while ago. The inner game, I say marketing is 90% mindset, 10% strategy. The inner game, what's actually going on, and I'm only saying this, not saying this to call anyone out here, is that internally we've rejected ourselves first, so that we never have to put ourselves in the position where we might potentially be rejected by someone else. That feels scary and risky, the potential of being rejected or someone hating on us. And so instead, we reject ourselves, we deny ourselves the permission to be visible, and then we don't allow ourselves to be seen. And then we wonder why no one's getting tattooed by us. Does that sound at all familiar? Can anyone relate to that? I'm calling it out because it needs to be called out. Because while everyone is complaining about the economy, and yes, these are all circumstances. I'm not denying the fact that the economy is certainly challenged. We're not actually in a recession yet, according to the data, but it's certainly challenged. The market is definitely saturated. Is it oversaturated? I don't know. That's just an opinion. All those things are circumstances, but what we can do is we can be honest with ourselves, because where you place the blame is where you place the power. And if you blame the economy, you blame the industry, then you're giving all your power away, your power to actually do something about it. You have the power to unslow your season. You will never be able to convince me that you do not have the power to unslow your season. And I will only relate to every one of my followers as if they have the power to unslow their season. But you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to get out of your own way. And whatever the thing is, the thing that you're avoiding is where the magic in your business is. The magic you're seeking is in the work that you're avoiding. So whatever that thing is that you're avoiding doing, whether it's getting on camera or reaching out or shooting a DM to someone, if you want to learn to do those things, I'm literally doing a workshop in like 6 days. I'm going to give you everything, all the scripts, the templates. I'm going to show you about the content. We're going to talk about strategy and how to get people to DM you and how to get more followers. Check it out. You can shoot me a DM if you want to know about the workshop or all the details. It's $48 fucking, and I have a 2x money back guarantee. So if you do it and you don't book any tattoos, I'm gonna pay you twice what you paid. It's like a lottery ticket. Would you buy a lottery ticket that you knew even if it lost, you'd still make twice what you paid for it back? Yeah, you probably would buy that lottery ticket. I'm literally offering you that lottery ticket because either one of two things is gonna happen. Either you're gonna book out your whole next week, or at least a couple tattoos, or I'm going to give you twice what you spent back, so you make money either way. If that sounds at all interesting to you, and I don't really know who wouldn't be interested in that, shoot me a DM. DM me workshop and, hey, I want more information on that. Happy to tell you about it. But you don't need the workshop. No one needs it. You have everything you need to get outside your comfort zone. But if you feel like getting a kick in the ass and some direction, pointed in the right direction would help you, I'm happy to do it. I'm here to do it. And yeah, I'll see you there. Be well.